Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and I was half asleep, so I'm just going to assume this is another Nordcast marathon?
It is.
Game?
Yes.
Marathon?
Yes.
It's not really a marathon, it's just a
lot of them.
a series of them.
Yep.
There's several of them. It's a game. Send it by you, the fans, to lifesaglitchtv@gmail.com with, of course, the screenshot of your NordVPN subscription that you got through the link promo code in the description below. Mr. Master's Black.
Yes, sir.
Hit me up with the sound of getting in a random fight with 3 or 4 cows on a casual Tuesday.
Hey, who you looking at? Huh? Want me to beat the fucking milk out of them titties, huh? Come on! Come on! Come on, milk!
You just suck some
I definitely
cow
sucked.
teats in the middle of that fight?
You damn right I did.
You get
You damn right I did.
Rehydrated mid-fight? Oh my god. Well done.
Thank
Top
you.
left, Sauce P, and in the bottom right, Utter Chaos, which is exactly what that fucking intro was. Yeah, another Nordcast game, hopefully slightly better than the last one.
Yeah, I mean, you
That
know,
was a special game.
oh, it was special. You know, it was something. You know, those are, I mean, listen, if we're gonna have crappy games, they need to be that type of special, right? Because
Yes, exactly.
It's
You
like the
can't
good-
be in the purgatorial middle ground, right?
That's
You know,
right.
you gotta be bad.
that's right. Look at this. Look at this cheeky little play here. I don't think I've ever seen something like this in a long time, where he snuck a drone in, and just because it is creep on creep, essentially you can
Just
drop it down, drop it like it's hot. I don't think it's gonna work out. You might be able to get off and kill one drone. Nope, he's gonna go ahead and cancel that just in time. Yeah, forced 4
troll.
drones to pull though, and forced a couple of quick lings. And he's looking to put another one down, but that is just not gonna happen at this point. But look at this, we've got 2 lings coming up now at the same time, and now we're getting spicy. Now we're
That
getting
is spicy. Just enough distraction to allow the spine crawler to go down. I like it. The remaining lings are going to be able to get the rest of Sauce P's lings down, and picks up yet another drone kill. He gets another one. Now the queen coming down to be able to help clean that up while the other lings pop out. And once again, going to have to cancel that spine crawler. Well handled there by Sauce P, but also Utter Chaos with the cheeky intercept. I liked that as well. Well played, and a Baneling Nest immediately going down for Sauce, who is just donezo with this nonsense. And Utter Chaos thinking that Utter Chaos thinking the same thing. I don't want to have to deal with a run by, and the immediate wall up begins. And now this is probably going to reset into a more normal game from this point forward.
Yeah, I mean, ZVZ's always been very scrappy. It really comes down on to like when your spawning pool is gonna pop, when you're getting the speed for the lings, and of course, if both players are getting Baneling's Nest, it's like who's gonna get off the better hit. It's very, I mean, it's a mirror matchup. So, and unlike TVT and PvP, I feel like ZVZ is. It's so much more scrappy early on. Like, even when I play Zerg, which is rare, but when I play Zerg and I'm up against another Zerg, it is just the first 5 minutes.
From the jump.
Is like non-stop. And really, it's not even 5 minutes. It's like the first 3 minutes. You have to get out there and you have to scout. You got to get those overlords up there. You have to get that scouting drone to see the timing of the pool, to see if your opponent's getting gas. And I mean, in theory, these are things you should be doing regardless of the matchup. But in ZVZ, like, you can just lose a game so fast just from one mistake, misclick. Like, it's cool. I like it. I mean, it's fun. If I mained Zerg, I would probably really enjoy this matchup just because it is such a micro battle. Early on, but we just saw that right then and there. Like, the fact if he didn't get out more lings when he did, that spine crawler would have finished, and he would have essentially lost this natural just like that. So I think that just comes with experience. This is a diamond level game. I didn't put that up top right. So, you know, both players can kind of, at this stage in the game, you kind of know timings. At least I would hope you would know timings, and you would know what to look for. And thus, it's sort of like what you don't see, you can pretty much anticipate what they can and cannot be going. And we just saw that right then and there. It looks like he's going to be trying to get a wall off as well. This is very standard in ZVZ just because of those run-bys, those bailing busts. But it seems as though Utter Chaos is planning to just stay on 2 base. He's going to get rid of this Roach Warren now because now he wants to start to move out. He's getting layer tech. But up top here, we've got more of a macro style coming up from Sauce P. No roaches out. Layer tech just finished. Roach Warren just about to finish, but he opted to go ahead and get that 3rd quicker instead of getting out those roaches. But here on the flip side, it's the opposite, and it looks like Utter Chaos is going to start moving up there to do damage, and this will do a lot of damage, seeing as though all he has right now is just a handful of lings.
Yeah, no, he did get that one Overlord was just outside there that might have caught the edge of these roaches moving up the map, and he'll at least see them with these forward ones as well. He's got them very well spaced out. He sees absolutely everything, plus the tower. So he's going to see it coming. But yeah, it's true. He definitely gambled on the fact that after that early aggression from Utter Chaos, he was unlikely to see him again to this degree. But unfortunately for him, that's not the case. And they're immediately going to be going up into that 3rd, getting rid of that queen and getting position here. Yep. They can get tucked in here if they want, and it's probably the best case scenario for them. That's exactly where he wants to be. He's got the numbers.
Yes.
He might be okay here. I think he will be. And then this is going to be a lot of damage. Even if he loses everything here, huge value for Utter Chaos.
Yeah, it's good, and he did what he needed to do. You have to, in this situation, you have to focus on your opponent's units, not the drones. I know it's very tempting to want to just kill drones, but what you want to do there is kill the army, because you're going to be able to take out the 3rd while you're now getting your 3rd, and you want to make those trades because your opponent is going to start hatching in more roach. If you go after drones, you know, that's all you're going to kill. The 3rd will still be up. He's going to then have a large army because you're eventually going to lose yours, and then you're going to be forced to make more units back at base because of the inevitable counterattack. But instead here, he did all the right things, at least Utter Chaos did, forced a lot of roaches. Yes, he didn't kill a whole lot of drones, but he's now managed to get up his own 3rd. He still kept a lot of his units alive here, and he has enough roaches up at his natural. So if his opponent does decide to do a counter, he can then just do one more batch of units and be able to defend easily. If he doesn't see the counter, now he can just drone like crazy and start to tech up, get these upgrades.
Yeah, he was able to get into Hydra obviously much faster, given the fact that he didn't focus on getting the macro ahead of time. He got that Roach Warren just as a wall, got enough to do the attack, got rid of the Warren to go up there and do the job, and now he's moved into the next tier of tech, as we're seeing even more tech going down. And we're starting to see a bit of the tech snowball here. Now, obviously, for Utter Chaos, in order for this to work, he has to continue to be as aggressive as he has been, to not allow that much more aggressive macro from Sauce P to get too far ahead of him. And if he gets one more decent run here, which it looks like he's getting set up to some degree as he spots some units moving down to the south corner of the map, he should be able to also catch up in macro and, if not, get real close and have the tech capacity ahead of Sauce P. So Sauce P needs to make something happen here. This isn't really going to be it. Worst case, he gets to see a little bit of what's going on here. But otherwise, really, Sauce P needs to make a little something spicy happen here. Otherwise, Utter Chaos is just going to be in a mere matchup. Well, he's just going to be ahead in tech and equal on macro footing, and here we go.
Yeah, the Lurkers are now out, which is huge. Some huge hot fire mixtapes coming down, killing one of those Lurkers instantaneously. And he knows where the other Lurkers are, so he's going to be waiting for the cooldown to happen. He misses those mixtapes because the one in the middle had died, and those Lurkers are putting in some work, and now Utter Chaos is forced to potentially back off here. That Lurker almost goes down, but it's still alive, still no Overseers for Sauce P, and he picks up those Lurkers, and now he heads out of dodge. Very, very good defense here from Sauce P, and Utter Chaos now starting to fall behind in this game. 104 supply to 133, and just so that you guys know as well, with this game, this was a Nord submission, but not this game in particular. The person that got the subscription asked if I would pick an older replay from what we had from the past, and cast that. So that's what we're doing here. I tried to get the oldest one, but unfortunately, since Blizzard did one of their big patches, the Blizzard won't even load up the old replays anymore. So this was like the oldest one. This came from like 2024. So this is one of the older replays that I could actually load up on Battle.net. So that's where this game came from. And so far, I'm happy I picked this one at random because this is a pretty good game so far.
Absolutely. We see Infestation Pit just about to finish up, and a Nydus network also going to be in the works here for Utter Chaos, and Sauce P getting into Hydra of their own, and the Lurkers also going to be on the field. So we're going to be seeing, at this point, we're getting to a stage where this might be a mobility war. Yeah. Obviously, in a ZVZ, you don't want to creep out too far from your base, which is why you're seeing both gentlemen not really going out of their way to do so. You don't want to give your opponent an advantage if you don't have to. Another base being sniped there by a quick little moving unit of Hydra that are going to be able to outpace this much larger but slower army here from Sauce P. And look, just fleecing them. Give him the razzle-dazzle. Look. Made him think he was going away. Nope. He's coming back up. And he's bringing,
a Nydus
this time around, a Nydus as well. And this could be a real big game turner here for Utter Chaos, who has been spending most of the game, I might add, down on like army supply. Like,
yes.
He's been undervalued this whole time, but making the most value of what he has.
Beautiful, beautiful snipe here. He's gonna go ahead and get that Lurker Den. The Lurker Den falls just in the nick of time. Meanwhile, over here, the Nydus gets killed by drones. A couple of Lurkers now out here in the front, and just like what you said, he's doing maximum damage with minimal units. I mean, the discrepancy in the unit count has been a good 40% on Sauce P's favor here. But it's just that Utter Chaos is literally living up to his name and creating Utter Chaos, and it's forcing Sauce P to run from left to right to north to south, back and forth, back and forth. And again, just when he was about to bring an army down towards his base, he saw it on the Xel'Naga, went in with that Nydus network, and pushed over to his third. His fourth is down, and now we're on 5 bases here for Utter Chaos, but still, 174 supply to 103. It's still looking pretty saucy for Sauce P.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this game is by no means over for Sauce P. He has been having to kind of be in a constant state of defense despite the army count difference. Only now just really getting, that was the first real, honest to God, what you could call attack from Sauce P at the base of Utter Chaos since he had 4 Lings and a Dream earlier in the match. And so just to, that just puts a point on just how much, as you were saying, Utter Chaos has been creating here for Sauce P, just never letting him sit anywhere, not letting him be comfortable ever. And maximum amount of value here. I mean, even as those Hydra were getting killed at the top there by Sauce's like 4th base or whatever earlier, he was on the way out, didn't just leave the units to die, managed to snipe an Overlord on the way out. Every last unit is doing something for Utter Chaos here, and that's really what's keeping this this game as close as it is, despite all of the army being in the favor of Sauce P, who has finally got something going here. It's small, but a couple of Lings have managed to do a couple of little points of damage here, and it is enough to get him comfortable enough to go down, but that's a lot of Lurkers to walk into. You do not want to go up there. No, you don't want to go up there, and his Overseers are in the back, and it's just one of them as well, so if that gets sniped off, I mean, he's just not even going to have any vision here. But there are Lurkers in the mix, quite a few of them here for Sauce P as well. Very similar unit compositions and very similar upgrades as well here for both players. We got 2-2 for Utter Chaos, 2-1 for Sauce P. Another Nydus Canal has gone down somewhere on the map. Here it is, right outside the 3rd, and now he's running up into the base. He's going to go for drones this time. And just like that, Sauce P having to retreat again, going up towards the 3rd base. He's not going to be able to kill off this, but we've got another Nydus worm coming in over here at the 4th as well, and it's just relentless. It's nonstop, and it's to the point now where Sauce P's army composition can't even really split up to go and attack down at the base because his
this guy's army could just jump back into a Nydus, go back to base, and then kill off half the army. It's just a really crappy situation, and these Lurkers are ripping a new hole inside of Sauce P. Another base goes down, and finally, we have Utter Chaos getting some saturation happening on these other bases, and this is where we're going to start to see the tides turn, Adam. This is where we're going to start to see the supply starts flipping on the other side, now that we have more drones getting minerals for Utter Chaos, and more bases are dying slowly on Sauce P.
Just absolutely everywhere is Utter Chaos, and I'd say that it's a problem that he's supply blocked, but he's only been using about that much supply the whole fucking game anyway, so I don't know how much it would actually matter, as he sends another Nydus in to this top right position, and just back and forth. Sauce P's doing suicide runs in the gym. This is basketball practice, and somebody fucked up a layup, and they've been running till their feet bled for the last friggin' 5.5, 6 minutes straight.
Yeah.
He gets rid of the Nydus this time, though, and this is going to force Utter Chaos to actually engage.
Beautiful bait.
And that's actually huge for Sauce P, because he does need anything and everything he can get here to keep this under control and stop the Nydus back and forth. And so getting rid of that is huge, and he's also going to pick up another
beautiful choke here.
Another Lurker.
I mean,
at this point, Utter Chaos maximizing again.
Yes.
He can't get more out of these units than he is.
No, it's fantastic what he's doing. Even when he pops in with the Nyduses, there's not Overseers ready to go right away. It's forcing Sauce P to stay back, waiting for the Overseers to come. And then when he finally does get position, Utter Chaos always finds a way to get in these nooks and crannies, and then maximizing the sheer amount of damage that he can do while just keeping 4, 5, 6 units alive. It's very impressive.
Yeah, my God. I mean, Sauce P's got to be getting frustrated at this point, right? You got to be thinking he's just cursing at his fucking monitor, thinking, here I go, I got to run over here yet again. And he does. He clears it this time. No luck for Utter Chaos on that one, but he's probably just going to pop up another one in the next friggin' 30, 40 seconds anyway. Utter Chaos now equal in supply count for the most part, and that's for the first time in a hot minute. He's been floating nearby. It looks like Sauce P said, I need mobility. And the best way for me to get mobility is to throw down a little Spire action and get myself into some mutas or otherwise. And so he's got that on the move. Now, Utter Chaos has been pretty good about getting in and trying to snipe tech and whatnot, and I'm sure he's thinking at some point the tech switch has to happen. He knows Sauce P knows himself that he can't just sit on this comp forever. As more Hydra again, forcing a cancel.
Oh, he didn't even cancel that.
Those go down.
He didn't even cancel.
No, it wasn't canceled?
Yeah.
Oh, down bad.
Yeah,
he was confused and scared and naked and afraid in the woods as he's getting attacked on all sides. And Sauce P, you know what, at this point, Sauce P should probably just go and attack and then leave just enough back home to, like, at least do some sort of defend. But, like, he has to make something happen here. He's basically getting picked apart. Like, this ball is getting smaller and smaller and smaller, unlike my waist, and it needs to be able to get in there and do some fucking work.
Yeah, I mean, his balls are getting, they're getting tight. He's been in some cold ass water for a hot minute. Anyway,
the nuts are running north.
Finally, Sauce P is going after a base. At this point, he has to do something. I mean, if he just sits back any longer and lets these Nyduses keep going to town, no, he ain't gonna have any sauce. But look at this, a nice surround here from Sauce P, and look. Now he's going to be able to pick off a base, and the majority of the army for Utter Chaos is going to go down here, but Sauce P's army is going to go down as well. Utter Chaos, though, still has a lot more minerals, and he's getting more minerals. He still has, 4 base to the 3 bases of Sauce P, and it's almost like Utter Chaos can take these exchanges, and Sauce P cannot. We take a look at the unit composition now. There ain't a whole lot left on the map here for Sauce P, and of course, for Utter Chaos, but again, Utter Chaos has the minerals to be able to not remax, but get much more army much quicker than what Sauce P can, and this just might be the beginning of the end here for Sauce P, because Utter Chaos now, I mean, where's his mineral? He's not collecting anything. This is it.
No, it's these constant attack with these little Hydra hit squads that have been keeping the numbers down. not just the base count, but also the drone count, and it's been forcing Sauce P as well to spend so much time, so many larvae on trying to get the army count back up after these run-bys and getting caught out of position. I think this is game, more or less. I mean, he's got 2 4-way. He's got 5, 6 lurkers here. And obviously, Utter Chaos can't walk directly into that, but if you just look at the collection rate for the resources by both gentlemen, Utter Chaos is heavily favored here. He's walled up with drones. You see that? He's holding position.
Yep.
At the choke point there.
Yeah, so he can't get in.
To lock him up, can't get in. He's keeping as much of his economy protected as possible here.
Yeah.
And just, again, roaches in the back. Maximum value.
Again, yeah.
At all times.
Yes, it's just, he's just outplaying Sauce P in almost every conceivable way. Like, early on, Sauce P had a significant advantage, but he got outplayed. It was like Utter Chaos knew he was behind, and he said, okay, I just have to be 3 steps ahead of this guy at all times. And then it went from 3 steps to 4 steps to 5 steps to, Bruce Lee level steps ahead. And now it's game over.
Damn.
Just like that. That was a good game.
That was some crazy work. That was a solid game. And you know what? Look, Sauce P had the sauce, but we were glazing the fuck out of Utter Chaos, and rightfully so. But I mean, Sauce P, we got to give him a little bit of credit here.
Yep.
That was a lot to handle. Like, to have that much going on all the time and being constantly kept on the back foot and hanging in for 21 minutes against that level of pressure is actually pretty impressive. And I think if he had maybe just committed earlier, which is hard to do when you're getting, constantly split up. It's hard to make that commitment.
Yep.
I think he might have been in a better position. He had Utter Chaos in a almost tight spot there for a second.
Yep.
But it was too late by then, and he'd already had his numbers thinned out. But really, really good game.
Very good game. Again, big thanks to the person that sent in a request for me to grab an old replay. It was a pleasant surprise. And yeah, I guess we're going to jump into the next one. Thank you so much, guys. Hit that like button. Solid game. And we'll see you on the next one. Peace out.